Hello all my beautiful stitching friends, how are you? It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. It is August 17th, 2021. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and I am out in my sunroom. In my past videos, you've always seen the outside. Well, this is me sitting on my swing so I can look out at my beautiful lilac thicket. So it's been 2 weeks, and this is my 67th FlossTube video. So yeah, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. Just a quick recap: my neighbor, my back neighbor, the two back neighbors that I have, he passed away, and he had a lot of health problems, but it's really sad, and I know that his wife and son are going to really miss him. He was a very active man, and until he got older. He used to do all kinds of things around the house, and he continued to try to do that, but it was difficult. So he's with the good Lord. They're partying up a storm there, but I'm really sad for his wife and son. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about him and keep looking out the window, and every time I do, I see his backyard and I think of him. And he loved his house, he loved his yard, he loved his family, he loved our dogs, and he always said hello to our dogs, and they loved him too. So I was pretty down under for a few days with some gut issues. We'll just put it like that. Felt like the Clydesdale horses, the Budweiser horses, came from St. Louis to just trample all over my gut, and that was fun. So my little buddy is not here, Noah. He would be right here if he was at home, but I took him this morning up to be groomed, and he is such an intrepid little guy. He was nervous. He's been there a million times before, but he still gets nervous, and he's just loves everybody. He does. He licks everybody. He would lick the whole world with that tongue if you'd let him. Anyways, so that briefly the news here. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Sun is out, not a cloud in the sky. You can sort of see the wearing on the leaves on the trees, so you know that autumn is not far behind us, is it? This year's gone by very quickly. So in the past 2 weeks I have had a finish, and you will that's the wrong one. Okay, where did it go? So we have a snafu before we begin. Here it is. Here it is. It is the Willow Tree Sampler from the Heart, and this would be my finished product. There, and you may see that there's a little addition right down here. I put in a little chicken, and Heather has chickens for eggs, and she's talked about them, and I thought I'm going to put a little chicken in there. And of course I have no designing skill whatsoever. So I had seen recently Pinker and Pumpkin's blog. She had a freebie that had a tiny little chicken in it. Tiny little chicken. He's only like 5 inches tall. But I decided that that was Fanny Price. And Fanny Price happens to be a hen that my best friend has. And I went out and I found the free chart, and I just stitched the little chicken right there. And I made her white instead of, I think in the design it was black. But anyways, someone said, well, she looks awfully lonely, and I said, she's not lonely. I said, the rest of the chickens are behind the house. So anyways, I need to find a frame for this so I can frame it, and I can frame things. Not the most prolific framer, but yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. And it actually took me, let's see, I started this on July 17th at 7:30 at 5:30 in the evening. It was a Saturday. And I finished this on August 13th. It was a Friday, and it was 12:14. And I pulled my own colors for them. And it had called for some of the Weeks dyed works, and I used some of my color choices. Hold on just a second here. I'll make sure it's not. Some old Willow, and there was, I believe, one gassed color. Yeah, one gassed color that I used. But I did enjoy stitching this, and honestly, I love the red in it. And I stitched the grass. It's hot, pretty variegated green, and so I stitched it up and down, vertically instead of horizontally, so it would look sort of like blades of grass. The house was somewhat variegated, but I stitched in circles. And the roof, shingles are linear on the top of your roof, so I stitched that variegation horizontally. The leaves and the willow tree and the letters, it really didn't matter. So anyways, that's my willow tree sampler, and I'm pretty cuffed with it. I like that, and I may stitch that again for myself. And oh, also, and I saved this and I put it in my journal. I actually, you can see it or not, down here in the middle of the page, there is a tiny little ort. That's the shortest ort I've ever had. It was 1/4 of an inch long. I'll be darned that I was going to start another. That was at the very end of my stitching, and I thought, I'll be darned if I'm going to start another needle full of thread. So anyway, so that's my one and only finish, and I do have a whip that I believe I have showed you. I think I showed you last time, that I've continued on with, and it is my drapery ties. And I had started this with the flowers from Carol Manning's Flower a Day, and I had gotten these and half of that stitched, and then I set it down. And this had started out as a lanyard for my work badge, and I'm not working anymore. So anyways, I've started this the other day. Oh, I don't remember what day, but anyways, I restarted it. I finished up the white and then put a yellow center in, and then 3 little flowers, and I've started a pink flower. But I'm using I was organizing the my threads that are no longer manufactured, my old Willow, the die is cast in 6-strand sweets, and also, well, Needle Necessities is still being made, but it's something else now. I think Threadworks. But anyways, I was pulling out different colors that I thought I wanted to use for this project, and then I have my second tie back in there. And so that's what I've been working on, and not very quickly, I might say. That's my my current project. I could not find the flower a day. I couldn't find the flower a day leaflet. It'd been so long, and I looked and looked and looked for it, and I'm certain that I'll come across it. So what I decided to do is, since that originally came out, Carol Manning Designs has come out with like pink flower day, blue flower day, green flower day, all sorts of different colored flower days. So I bought the pink flower day, and that way when I do find the original one, I won't have duplicates. So I'm using the flowers in this to work the project. And actually I like this one because it's got a border around it, and that would be really pretty to stitch as a one project. And I don't think the original one had a border. So yeah, but I think it's really very pretty. I don't even have to open it up to use the pattern, because in the pattern she uses a lot more colors on a single flower, and I'm going more for the simplicity. So anyways, and I'm not making everything pink either. So I purchased this from 123, and I looked and looked and looked for another leaflet, and I had the hardest time finding something that caught my eye. And I think that that just speaks to the fact that there is so little out there that's truly original anymore. Everything looks the same, and you have those series of things like that are just they do them in ad nauseum. Cow in a mug, horse in a mug, chicken in a mug, pig in a mug, and you pay $5, $6, $7, $8 for one chart, and you get one pig and a mug. Then you pay another $8 and you get a cow in a mug. That's so. Anyways, I did find, and this is a newer design. My Big Toe. The name is The Earth is the Lord's, and I really like that. So I ordered it, and I got these two together in a shipment. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. And just, again, pink flowers in there. And I like that. I do. I did get another piece of stash because I got a newsletter from Down Sunshine Lane, and I don't often buy from them, but that's a really good shop to buy from. I get my orders pretty quickly, but she had a clearance section, and I was going through the clearance section, and I actually found a just nan that I was going to purchase because it was marked down, and it's called Bluebird Tweet. And it's a freestanding bluebird, and you get the things to make the bluebird. It doesn't come with the fabric or the floss, but you get the little shake that booty tail thing, and there's some beads in there, and some felt, and some like wire looking bobby pin kind of things. So, and I saw that someone had finished this on the Just Nan Facebook page. It really is cute. She's got lots of mice, and they're cute, but I don't like mice. So, and I avoid stitching mice. So that was marked from $15 to $11.75. And I also found some cross-stitch earrings. And they came in several different colors. They were $7.50. And it's pink X's. And they got little pink rhinestones in them. And the setting is pink. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, I thought they were really sort of fun. So, yeah, and she had green or teal, I guess it was. Teal and dark teal, light teal, lime green, red. Then she had like the clear in a black setting and a clear in a silver setting. What else was there? I think that was it. But anyways, I liked them, and I thought, ooh, they're pink. And they're cross-stitch. So, naturally, just I had to have them. So, let's see here. We're going to go to 3 WIPs that I found in my basket. Oh, mess. Then these, honestly, I didn't dig for any information about when I started them or anything like that. But this is Casey Buonaugurio. She's no longer stitching, but this is the hot cocoa sampler, and I liked her stuff. She had some really cute stuff. I think she quit because people were stealing her designs, like people from Russia and China, and they were posting them. There's a lot of copyright infringements going on. And this design is from 2006, and I do have a couple of others of hers. But this one I wanted to do, it calls for DMC, and I wanted to do it in another, at the time it wasn't defunct, but it is now, is the hand-dyed fibers by Vicki Clayton. So I ordered a bunch of colors to match those DMC colors, and these are silks, and they're in plastic bags, of course hard to see, but they're so nice to work with, and so luscious to fondle. And the colors, oh, they're just so fabulous. They just feel like heaven. So that's what I'm stitching this with, is the Victoria Clayton hand-dyed fibers that are no longer available. That's a shame because they were really well priced. And she had a club that you could collect all of them with. And I honestly can't tell you what fabric this is. And I was surprised when I pulled it out, and I'm sorry it's not iron. I was surprised at how close I was to being done. So this may be something that I finish up here in the short term. So anyway, I love it. And this is hot chocolate. And something I wanted to tell you is because she had a nice little website with lots of not lots of freebies, but she had a number of them on there. And so I actually went to the Wayback Machine and looked, and I was able to bring up her site, and she had, and I was able to download some of her freebies. And so she had jack-o'-lantern fob that was cute. All of her stuff is cute. A frog bites cornu. Then she had a sampler that was eggnog, a free sampler. And then she had one that was called How Sweet. Then she had like a Cherries Jubilee free design. And then she had Chat Noir, which was like a black cat with an orange background. Then she had the macaroons, and the macaroons is really a cute free design. It's just a stack of colored macaroon cookies. Cute. And then she had one margarita sampler, and that was cute. So what I did was I took the links from those free designs, and I'm going to post them in the notes. So even though you may have a hard time finding some of her stuff, I don't think you can find her stuff to buy unless it's on eBay. So you can go to those links and download them and stitch them up. I'm going to stitch up the macaroon one because it's really cute. So that is sort of like, even though I didn't design it or anything like that, it's sort of like a free gift for you for watching this video. But I love, I really like this. This pink is a pink, but it's got brown to it. And it's just darling. And I have no idea when I started this. None. So that was one of the WIPs that I wanted to share with you. And I forgot about it. When I was cleaning the sunroom, I put a box that had WIPs and kitted projects. I've still got plenty of WIPs to share with you. And this one is probably my oldest WIP. And this is my favorite designer ever, Just Nan. And this is Ebony Rose is the name of this one. And this is actually, when is this? When did this come out? 1995. And I know you can find this one on eBay and they're not outlandishly high. But I decided to stitch this one on black. And you're going to see some, it's gridded, but you're going to see some lines, some loose threads, and those are from the gridding. But that is, it's just gorgeous. And I set it down and I never picked it up. Everything just pops on the black. And So it's got black beads and gold beads, and I'm just, I'm gonna have to finish this one too. So this is, there are some silks in there, but mostly it's DMC. But the silk is a water lilies in antique rose. It's like a green to a maroony pink. But I think that there's a I thought that there was a charm with this. There may be. That might be in my stash. So that third one. This is my fourth one, and this is really rumpled. So you'll forgive me. But this is, and you may recognize this one, Lady of the Flag. I spent way too much on this. I bought it on eBay, and I think I paid $100 for it. But it is beautiful. And the dress, I am stitching it as is. The dress reminds me, there was a picture back maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, our First Lady, is it Melania Trump? In a beautiful gold dress that really was similar to this gold dress. She's a beautiful woman. She really is. This is fabric is We the People, the Constitution, and it is a 30 count linen by Primitive Hair, and it is a rumpled mess because it was stuffed in, it was on a Q-snap, and it was stuffed in the grime guard I had, and that's how far I'd gotten it on it. Now my Leslie, my best friend, is also she picked hers back up recently, and she's been working on it, and she's a lot farther along. But this is just stunning, the red on this, and this is a type of a fabric. I don't think that it's color fast at all, because it's some kind of process of put the words to the Constitution on there. But it is, so you're not going to be able to wash it. Or I would highly advise against it. Otherwise, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the writing. But I started this a while back, and we were working on it. Leslie and I were working on it together. And when I had started this, I had no idea that I was related to the two men who did not like each other, that were writing or butting heads about about the Constitution. Two brilliant men. And one I am related to, he married into our family. So he is an uncle. And the other one is actually my 12th great grandmother's first cousin. And so they are, their common ancestor is my 13th great grandfather, Henry Adams. My grandmother is Ruth Adams Fisher. Ruth Adams Fisher. And she is first cousins with John Adams and Sam Adams. You know, Sam Adams was a patriot. He was in the Constitutional Congress, and he also led the Boston Tea Party. He was an agitator. So, yeah. I have to laugh at two men who disliked one another so intensely. I'm related to. How about that? Sort of cool. So those were the three WIPs that I wanted to share with you. And I did talk a bit about my happy room is clean. Absolutely clean. And so I've been going through and organizing the drawers a little bit better. And one of the things that I did, and I mentioned previously, is that I had taken these defunct companies, floss companies, and since designers aren't charting any of their designs for any of those lines, it made a lot more sense to me to organize them into colors, like oranges, or browns, reds, pinks, purples, greens. That way, because I've been doing a lot of pulling my own colors with these designs that I've been stitching, and that's a lot of fun. So yeah, this one's got pinks, and it's got the three designs: Old Willow, the die is cast, and 6-strand sweets all in here in one bag. Then this bag will have purples, lavenders, purples. This one has like browns and brownish golds and such. And this one is oranges, corals, and such in it. That way, when I go to pull, I don't have to go through a drawer full of loose colors. They're all, I can say, okay, I want an orange for this. And I can pull out the orange bag and I can pull everything out, and I can say, I like this. I don't like that. I like this. I don't like that. And then on the outside of the drawer, I indicated what's in there, what colors were in there. And that's cloth medical tape. That's what I had, so that's what I used. So honestly, and my future plans, I'm thinking that I want to work on either Just Nan's Winter Blues or Waxing Moon Stirring Up a Sweet Christmas. And you have seen both of those in one of my previous videos, in the past couple of videos. So both of those have been sort of calling to me. And then with this hot cocoa one, that one's been calling to me too. So that is all I wanted to share with you today. Hope you haven't been too bored out of your minds. I love hearing the locust. It's one of my favorite parts of this time of the year, to hearing the locusts singing. They're like waves crashing on the build up to this crescendo, and then boom, everything's quiet. And they start down low, and then they build up and crash. So anyways, I'm missing my Noah bean. He'll be home probably around 11 or 12. So, and they're so good with our animals. I really appreciate that. So, boy, this is only 35 minutes long. And I want to let you know that the links to my Needle Free for All, my Facebook freebie group, where I share links to free legal designs I find on the internet. That is down below. My email address is down below. My blog, which has well over 250 links to sites that have free designs, is down below. The shop, the shops that I've talked about, down Sunshine Lane, and From the Heart Etsy shop are down below, and from Stitches from the Heart, which is the Facebook page, is down below. And she has a fun page. It's sometimes there's cross stitch memes, sometimes there's a free design there that she puts up there, and sometimes it's like new designs that are coming into her shop. I enjoy that page. And what else is down there? Oh, the links to the 8 Casey free designs is down below also. So take advantage of those free designs. I think they're really cute, and it's like a gift to you. Yeah. So, and I enjoy, I enjoy sharing. So I will say, and I actually don't have written down a biblical quote for you, but my very, very favorite quote is, "Be still and know that I am God." And that is something that has, for years, I've worked on myself. I love that quote, and when I get a little bit upset about something or agitated about something, that's the quote that reminds me to bring it back down, girl. So I really hope that you guys are having a wonderful summer, and that you're just going with the flow. It's all we can do. Things are out of control out there. Beyond these four walls, things are out of control. So I am going to close this so I can go in and have a piece of the banana bread that my husband made last night, and wait for this video to upload to YouTube. So all of my love to all of you, and God bless.